Shut up, Brittany. Hello. My name is Shawn Owens, and this is my brother, Lynn Owens. Anyway, so we're the best men. And the most embarrassing moment of my life was, what was it, Mom? 4 years ago? 4 years ago, I was doing this exact speech, and it was bad. It was very bad. I mean, the exact same stage.
It was bad. I think you got 3 words out.
It says, you're supposed to say, I remember it well.
I skipped the line now.
Okay. Gia, you look beautiful.
That was my line. Gia, you look beautiful.
Yep, that dress really accentuated your assets. You know what I mean? Lisa, you're unhappy about this. You're frowning? Okay, you're smiling. Okay. All right, anyway, so I had the speech in my head, and I knew what I was going to say. Oh, this is going to be great, and it did not go well.
Oh, yes, it was bad.
So anyway, I look back on it now, and I really don't know what went wrong. So I did some research. So I went on to this website called Google. Okay, and what I found was astonishing tips for giving wedding speeches, best man speeches especially. So anyway, Lynn, I did pretty much everything wrong on yours.
No problem, buddy. We actually have tons of copies available for everyone. It's unseen footage of Shawn's speech at my wedding. Hundreds of copies have been made, and we expect him to go fast, so get him quick.
Hiya! So anyways, we have the top 5 tips on this website from Google to giving a best man speech. So the first tip was do not drink alcohol. Do not drink alcohol. All right. Do you want a shot, Diana?
Yeah, she does.
My mom will do it.
Don't take that from her, Mom.
No, my grandma will do a shot. No? Come on, Grandma. I'll do a little bit of it. You just do the end. Okay, you do this shot. I meant to fill the other bottle with water, but I forgot to. We'll skip that part of the speech. You know, I'm thinking about this, Danielle, and I'm thinking, I don't think I've mentioned you guys yet.
I was thinking that too.
Okay. We're getting to it. It's getting there. Okay, so don't drink alcohol. Okay, so I honestly was not a big fan of this tip. I've never been one to follow conventional wisdom.
We did learn a lot about drinking and how it affects your performance at my wedding, I think.
Public speaking, yes. So anyway, it says here, it lowers your inhibitions. I'm not sure what inhibitions means. A little,
Like making comments about my wife's assets.
oh, okay, all right. So it also says here, Lynn, you're supposed to say this, but I'll say it anyway. It causes memory loss. Memory loss, all right. And the next one was, I don't.
You mean it causes you to slur words as well?
Yes. And then I don't remember what the next one was. And so anyway, So that was the number one tip. So the number one tip is do not drink alcohol. Now the next one is plan and write well in advance. When did we write this one?
45 minutes ago.
Okay. That's before. That's in advance. Okay, all right. Number 3. Say nice things about the groom. Ah, Curtis, you made it to number 3. Number 3. Okay, now are you gonna, I forget, do you do this part? Okay, okay. Number 3. Okay, so say nice things about the groom. Okay. The first thing we're gonna say about Curtis is you are not ugly. You are not balding yet. You are not chubby. Now, Danielle, this is a good thing because in today's society, men who are not bald and chubby are considered less ugly. That's just a matter of opinion, right? Were you going to do number 2? Okay, I'm doing it. Thanks. Curtis, you are persistent. Persistent. You are someone who perseveres through all things. Not many people know this, but actually, Curtis, it took him 3 times to convince Danielle to marry him. First, he asked her to marry him, where was it? I think it was Cowboy's tent, maybe? Then he did it at the casino. Same night. And then eventually, anyway, she said yes. So you're persistent, Curtis. Good job. So 3 times you asked her to marry you. That's about how many times you took the Eufy, I believe.
That's okay.
Oh, come on!
Still a CA.
Whatever, 3rd time's lucky. All right. So no. Now the next part is, so we're on the 3rd nice thing about Curtis. And the plan for this part is when Lynn starts to cry, I take the mic from him, and then I'll do the rest, because Lynn's a huge baby.
That helps a lot. So number 3 was that you're alive and well. Yeah. Over a year ago, Curtis was faced with health issues that blindsided all of us. No, I'm good. It's just I didn't get a shot. I gave Grandma a shot. Yeah. So this situation created an unbelievable amount of grief and chaos in our family. And we were so worried about Curtis, but then there was Danielle. And Danielle was new to our family, and she was thrown into our worst family nightmare. I got it. Just give me another shot. I gotta do something to make me feel a little more happy. That's too easy, actually. We actually had a plan where we... that was... I thought we weren't going to do that, but anyways. Okay, you snapped me out of it. So we were worried about Curtis, but then there's Danielle, who's new to our family. Yeah, I know. And we all felt bad for her, and that what she had to go through and deal with. But it was through this time that Shawn and I fell in love with her. It was after Curtis's first surgery where Shawn and I met up with Danielle in her room, and she made us probably the strongest drink we've ever had. So it was true love at that point. But it really became apparent to me and to all of us how much you meant to Curtis. There was a time there. I might have to do some push-ups or something. Then I'll be busting through these skinny pants. Yeah, and Danielle, took off a ton of time from work to come up and support Curtis, and she had to go back to work, and Curtis asked me to call her to see if she could come back because he really needed her. So anyways, I realized in that phone call how hard it was for Danielle as well, because she couldn't even get any words out, and she was back in Edmonton 3 hours later. So anyways.
Okay. So I just want you to know, Danielle, from the bottom of it. Get the glare from Lisa. Okay, just kidding, Lisa. You're fine. Okay. Okay, from the bottom of Lynn's heart, he wants you to know how much that meant to us because of what was happening in Curtis. And from the bottom of my heart, too. I just cannot be serious. I honestly think that you are the biggest reason that Curtis is doing well, and we are forever grateful for it. So, no, I know where we are. Hello, my name is Shawn and Lynn, and anyway, that's only funny because when Curtis did a best man speech for Lynn, he did one page, and then he did the second page, and then he turned the page back over and did the first page. That's a true story. Seriously. Anyway, so, yes, in conclusion, I know. How long is this? Is this too long? Danielle? Okay. So in conclusion, that was the third reason that Curtis is a great guy, Curtis. All right? And yes, I put something very inappropriate here. I'm not going to say it. Do you want me to say it? Okay, so it was, Curtis, you are not ugly, you are persistent, and you are alive. Now on the internet, on Google, it said this is a good thing because having intercourse with a dead person is not very enjoyable. I'm sorry to your grandmothers. I think my mom is really mad at me. Oh, come on. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Okay, anyway, sorry. People over here were telling me, say it, Shawn, say it. So I said it. Okay. Now, the next thing you're supposed to do when you're giving a best man speech is give advice. So, am I going to do this? You want me to do it? Well, I did your part because you started crying. Well, you wrote this, so I don't know. Okay, so Curtis, you're supposed to listen. Now, we know you're so whipped that you listen already, so... Okay? I'm not actually serious with this one, but it says, don't have children because they are loud and annoying, and you just get really tired. But do it anyway, it's fun. It's good. It's awesome. I don't know what that is about. Okay.
What else you got?
Was that one really inappropriate?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Okay. Well, do we say this one or is that too inappropriate? Okay, we won't say it then. Fine. Okay, advice from my father? Say it? No, okay. No, okay, we're not going to say it. Okay, advice from Dad. Never steal third on the first or third out. And don't buy depreciable asset, which is the car. Okay. Okay, don't forget about the 3 T's. You know all about that. The most expensive part of a man's life. So, anyway, we're kind of running along here. So, Curtis, we love you. Danielle, we love you. I hope that it wasn't too inappropriate. If anyone's mad, then I'll just put up your hand, I'll come apologize. Uncle Eric, good, okay. Sure. Curtis, we love you, and do we raise a glass to Danielle too, or is it the best man speech? Okay, just for Curtis, raise a glass for Curtis.